Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today for our Romance in Travel video podcast. This series takes us each month to a new destination where we explore our world looking for the most romantic travel experiences. Last month, we were just in South Africa, and today we are traveling to Croatia and Montenegro. The recordings of our past events are all available on our website at TravelStore.com, and you just look for our page called Talking Travel to find them there. A special thank you to our returning customers. Your support and trust means everything to us. And if you're new to TravelStore, welcome. Let us show you how we can enrich your lives with our special travel touch. My name is Florence, and here at TravelStore, I manage the amazing honeymoon and destination wedding team. My team and I, we love travel, but we prefer it with a little hint of romance. So why Croatia and Montenegro today? Well, I must tell you, Croatia holds a very special place in my heart, probably because I share the life of a Croatian native. He insisted a lot on the props today, as you can tell. With him, I've been very fortunate to discover this incredible country, and every visit keeps exceeding my expectations. One year, we even made it across the border to Montenegro, and oh my God, what a beautiful country. This is why Montenegro is here with us today as well, because both countries are such a great combination. I'm super excited to have with us today some of my favorite travel partners from Croatia and Montenegro, still awake for us today. Hello, Dobar dan. They will show you what their countries are all about. As usual, during the podcast, we can answer your questions live. My colleague Madison here. Hi, Maddie. She'll pick a few to answer. And if we don't have time to get to your questions, no worries. We'll address them after the event. So I also would like to introduce you to another colleague of mine, Linda. Hi, Linda. Linda is a Croatia travel specialist. She's been to Croatia many, many times, love this country as well. And I'm so happy that she's available for us today. Linda, please introduce us to our phenomenal travel partners and to our itinerary. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Flo, and welcome to our viewers and our very esteemed panelists today. And as Flo said, they're coming to us from Croatia, where it's much later, and we so appreciate your participation with us today. I want to add my love to Flo's for this amazing area of the world. I was really privileged to travel with Leonidas a few years back, and it's not to make you feel good, Alberto, but truly it was one of the most spectacular trips of all my travels. So you're always in good hands with them. And our itinerary today, so let's get into it. Our itinerary today is going to begin in the northwest of the country, which is the Istria Peninsula. And this has been likened to the Tuscany area of Italy, and you'll see why. Then we're going south. We're boarding a private yacht to go through a few of the many, many beautiful coastal islands, heading down to Dubrovnik, where we will visit for a while there. And then the finale of the trip is going to be in the mystical fjordlands of Montenegro. So I would like to introduce our very, very wonderful panelists today. We're going to start in Istria with Sandra, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Meneghetti Wine Hotel and Winery. Then we are going to go to Dubrovnik and visit with Ivan, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Villa Dubrovnik. And then our final property will be with Milo, who is Communications and Marketing Manager for the one and only Porto Novi. And our guide through all of this is our wonderful and delightful Alberto, who is Managing Director of Leonidas. And Leonidas is TravelStore's preferred partner for custom planning in this incredible, diverse area of the world. So take us away, Alberto.
Linda, you are so sweet, a great travel buddy, and an excellent partner in crime. Ladies and gentlemen, dobrodošli. My name is Alberto Dittadi, and I'm actually a Venetian who has fallen in love with Croatia and Montenegro. Today, with my dearest friends Sandra, Ivan, and Milo, I have the honor to guide you through a romantic 12 nights journey to our beautiful destination. And as Linda recapped, we are gonna stay at Meneghetti Wine Hotel and Winery. We are gonna board our private boat for an exciting experience of the Dalmatia Islands. We'll stay in Villa Dubrovnik, and then the new one and only Porto Novi, Montenegro. But before I start, let's see how you can get here. There are plenty of non-stop flights from North America to Venice, Zagreb, and Dubrovnik, seasonal flights. Also, Ljubljana, Split, Podgorica, and Tivat are excellent hubs, very well connected with the rest of Europe. But of course, your travel store advisor is your best source of information. Let's start from Istria. Istria is only Meneghetti is only 2-3 hours drive from Venice, Ljubljana, or Zagreb. This heart-shaped peninsula is hidden garden surrounded by crystal blue water, and its countryside is a fairy tale landscape that evokes the most beautiful parts of Tuscany or Provence. With these small and picturesque medieval villages rising on top of these hills, like Motovun, for example, the first picture you see, or along the coast, those colorful fisherman town like Rovinj will take you to some of the most romantic spot in the Adriatic. And what is that round thing over there? It's Pula Arena that prove the ancient glory of this land. Of course, hiking, biking, and why not? Some cliff jumping are just some of the experience that this great land offers you. And remember, Istria is really a massy of the rural life where you can stop and listen to the authentic sound that the urban world is slow losing. And of course, there are three main currencies here in Istria: olive oil, wine, and truffles. This is the second largest area of Europe for truffle, and you can enjoy some truffle hunting and a jovial lunch with some very cool family in this land. But Maddie, please take us to our home away from home for 3 nights to explore this amazing land.
Thank you so much, Alberto. Beautiful pictures. Yeah. Stop and sharing your screen so Maddie can show us the video. There we go. Splendid. Thank you so much. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to the Meneghetti Wine Hotel and Winery. This fabulous property, a member of Relation is more than proud to be with this selection in this podcast that you organized, Florence. So thank you very much for that. I'm welcoming you here from the Meneghetti Villa, which would definitely be your top choice on a romantic trip, since it offers a lot of privacy and intimacy in its spacious and luxurious rooms. Just to give you a little bit of context, I'll show you around briefly. So what you can see here behind the stairs would be the living area for those cozy evenings. In front of me, there is the dining area, which is perfect for lazy mornings when you just want that breakfast in your room. And the stairs would be taking you up to the first floor where the bedrooms and bathrooms are situated. While in front of the villa, you would have access to your private garden, quite a spacious one. Actually, it is practically double the size of the entire villa, and it offers a private pool that is heated to just the perfect temperature for you to enjoy throughout the day. It would be my pleasure to show you that in person as well. However, right now it's 9 p.m. as Lawrence and Linda mentioned. So instead, I would like to invite you to join me here at the bar for maybe a glass of Meneghetti wine. How does that sound?
Fantastic. Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. We will share some more details this way, and I would kindly ask Alberto to share some photos to go along with it.
Great.
So on the photos, you will see some main images, some main corners of the estate to get a little look and feel of it. And the most important thing you need to know about Meneghetti and its philosophy, which is quite simple actually, it is that we have the intention to offer the guests the best products and experiences that this region, the region of beautiful Istria, has to offer. So you would have everything on one place. That includes, first of all, for example, the traditional Istrian architecture that is characterized by the use of natural elements such as luxurious wood and stone. And you can notice that it is present all over the estate and accommodation unit. And it is exactly the use of these natural elements that gives you that cozy and charming feeling when you are at the estate or in the room, and that makes the perfect romantic setting as far as the guests have told us, at least. Besides the architecture, what is typical for Istria would definitely be the wine and the olive oil production, which we have at the estate itself. So concept that includes a farm-to-table principle here has quite a short trip. These products are definitely something that is very, very solicited in our restaurant. The restaurant itself, I can proudly say, is the hotspot of the estate. Being a Relation property, gastronomy really does mean a lot to us. So through this effort that we're putting into it, the restaurant has been part of the Michelin Guide selection for years now. And definitely that highlights why it is one of the most prestigious addresses in Croatia.
Yeah,
however, yeah, thank you. However, we do like to take our guests a lot outside of the restaurant and let them enjoy all these delicacies that we are working on in somewhat different and, let's say, private and unique locations in the nature. Since the estate has over 30 acres of land around it, it really does offer plenty of different possibilities. An excellent example would be an intimate picnic for two. So just imagine yourself enjoying a casual meal in the shades of a 200-year-old oak tree, overlooking quite unique vineyards and hearing nothing but birds singing. Sounds pretty good?
So romantic. Oh, yes.
Wonderful. However, if you do like a little bit, if you would prefer a different atmosphere, different kind of ambience, you can easily hop on a bike and take quite an easy bike ride through the vineyards, exactly like in Tuscany, enjoying the summer breeze. And under 10 minutes, you will reach our private beach area and our beach club, where your picnic basket can also be waiting for you. So you can enjoy that other fabulous thing that Istria has to offer, the Adriatic Sea.
And the beaches are beautiful, that's for sure.
I would definitely agree on that one. And after this casual daily activities, during the evening, we like to step up the game and offer you something even better, such as a private dining option. Definitely the best choice would be directly in the vineyard, with nothing but starlight and candlelight. So romance is definitely guaranteed. However, you would always have a private sommelier just for you during the entire night, and white glove service and all the best champagne. So all those little touches that make these kind of experiences perfect, even for those very, very special occasions, such as proposals or anniversaries. So that these would be just some of the examples. I could go on and on, but I will let you explore the rest once you visit us, which I'm sure you will.
I hope so. So now I'd like to ask Linda for her favorite Croatia experience. I happen to know it was somewhere in Istria, so that's a good time to mention it, Linda.
Okay, yeah, it was. And actually, it was on the first slide that Alberto showed. It was the picture up on the top right that was of the medieval town of Moldovan. And we arrived there as the sun was going down. And there are parts of the wall that you can walk along and see the amazing countryside, the hills, the valleys, the vineyards. It was spectacular. And even though I had amazing experiences through the whole country, this was the first, because this was one of the first stops, was one of the first really wow moments. And, you know, it's just carved in my memory.
I can just imagine. Yeah. So Maddie, do we have a question for Sandra about Menenghetti?
We do. Sandra, when is truffle season in Istria?
Oh, an excellent question, because it's currently happening. So if you hurry up, you just might get here in time. And another curiosity is that exactly the region that Linda was mentioning is the best one for such activities, if you like truffle hunting or some tastings. Although you can enjoy the black truffle throughout most of the year, for the white one, the best period would be right now, and to broaden it a little bit, it would be from September until December.
All right, very good to know. Thank you so much, Sandra. So Alberto, where are we going next?
Well, first of all, because when Linda was in Motovun, I proposed to her and she said no. And next time I'm going to try with something a little bit more romantic. Okay, Linda? Like, for example, a Batana ride outside around Rovigny. Probably I will be more lucky that time. This Batana is a typical fishing boat with a flat bottom excellent for shallow water, and it's UNESCO cultural heritage. So a Batana ride with lantern at sunset, you will not say no next time, Linda, I promise you. But now Dalmatia, where for 3 nights this will be your floating suite. This is a Prestige 420, and for a couple it's probably the best way to cruise the islands of Dalmatia. But before we get to our boat, we have from Menenghetti to Split, where we are boarding, quite a long drive. It's about 5 hours, but worries not. We are gonna break the day, so in Šibenik, you can enjoy an excellent culinary experience at one of the first star Michelin restaurant in Croatia, Pellegrini, with 8 courses pairing with wine. In Croatia, you know, where you sit at the table, you don't know when you get up, but you are not regretting this experience, I promise you. And we will make it on time to Split. Split is an amazing city that can bring you back to ancient times in a split of a second. The entire city center is built inside the Diocletian Palace, a former Roman emperor. And tonight, while your boat is safely docked at Split Marina, we can enjoy in some, unique appetizer experiences, and we'll be serenaded by some a cappella singer, typical Dalmatia singer, without instrument, just with the voice. Another great experience is probably visiting the basement after visiting hours. Split offer so much world-class nightlife, but please, 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 don't stay up all night, because the next day we are going to enjoy an amazing experience. So we are going to start in Split in about 1 hour. We are getting to Kvard. From now on our floating suites, we'll have a privileged point to explore the vibrant Dalmatia Islands. Usually, we, of course, when we start, we take you to the Blue Grotto in Vis. And we suggest usually on this itinerary to spend 2 nights in Kvard, 1 night in Korčula before heading to Dubrovnik. Now, you can really decide whether you want to spend the night in the marina of Kvard or Korčula, or maybe you can, select for your night one of those secluded bay, very sexy, I would say, and we can explore those magic islands which offer a lot of Mediterranean charms, lavender fields, wineries. We have plenty of experiences in store for you. And of course, even some great spot from some bohemian aperitif and dinner on a cliff at sunset. Those are magical spots that really call for some romance, doesn't it?
Croatian sunsets are so beautiful.
Well, Alfred Hitchcock wrote once that he experienced the best sunset in the world, and I do agree. I do agree very much. Now, before heading to Dubrovnik, we definitely want to visit the Pelješac Peninsula. This is one of the most important wine area of Croatia. This is the kingdom of the Plavac Mali, the small blue. It produces a great red wine. Around here, you can also visit a medieval town called Stone, which is also famous for the longest wall after China. And there is a tiny port, very romantic, where you can board on a wooden boat and sail on this crystal blue water lagoon, reach a wooden platform where you can pick oyster directly from the lagoon and taste it on the spot. And if you are up for some adventure, you can have a diving experience, a scuba diving experience, and visit one of the few wine cellar that lies on the bottom of this lagoon into these amphoras.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Mali. Yeah, it is fantastic. But since we are talking of fantastic things, let me take you to Dubrovnik, or for the Game of Thrones fans, King's Landing, right? Is there any fan of Game of Thrones? You have it all here. The Renaissance city of Dubrovnik is built entirely in stone. It has really some glorious architecture, and every step and tiny little streets guide you to wonders, really. It's a unique spot in the Mediterranean Sea. And of course, it is surrounded by the most famous city wall in the Mediterranean. Now, I would like to ask Madison to take us to your home, away from home, for 3 nights, a privileged point to explore this amazing city.
Thank you, Alberto. Okay, Madison, show us the video. Beautiful. Wow, when the old meet the new. Hi, Ivan.
Hello. Good evening from Dubrovnik, or good morning. My name is Ivan. Thank you so much, Florence and Leonidas, Alberto, for inviting Villa Dubrovnik to be part of this amazing podcast. I'm live now from Dubrovnik. However, of course, it's pretty late, so it's a bit dark outside. But I will be looking for the opportunity to have you here very soon with us, so I can show you the amazing town of Dubrovnik. Alberto shared already a couple of interesting facts, but Dubrovnik is really one of the most romantic places in Croatia. It's positioned on the southest point of Croatia, and it's called the Pearl of the Adriatic because of the so long history the town itself has. It's also one interesting fact, since our American market is very, very important. Dubrovnik and the Republic of Dubrovnik was the first country in the world to recognize the United States of America in the 1776. So therefore we have such a great friendship with Americans. In terms of Villa Dubrovnik itself, we are about 10 to 15 minutes walking to the old town of Dubrovnik. And also, of course, being such a luxurious property, we offer complimentary shuttle service for our guests. Villa Dubrovnik is one of the most iconic properties in Croatia, having history since 1961, when the first part of the hotel was built. And in terms of our location, you can see on the pictures, we are surrounded by amazing century-old Mediterranean pines, citrus trees. We have our own herbal garden. So when you step into the property, you have these amazing views all over the Adriatic Sea and the old town of Dubrovnik. But you hear the sound of the waves and the sea. You smell the sea, you smell the pines, and it's a complete, ideal and romantic atmosphere. In regards to the feeling when you are in your room, you would have amazing views. All of our rooms have amazing views to the Adriatic, and you would really feel completely relaxed and secluded from the crowds of Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik can be busy sometimes during the peak season. However, you have always a hidden spot like your home away from home, about 15 minutes walking from Dubrovnik. In terms of experiences and something romantic to do at our property, well, I would always recommend starting the day at our main hotel restaurant, the Pierin restaurant, which is Michelin recommended, and having the best a la carte breakfast overlooking the sea and the old town of Dubrovnik. During the day, you can relax on the beach, as you can see on this photo. Croatian beaches are mostly rocky, therefore we built some platforms to have a personalized spot for each of our guests. And also we serve food and beverage at the beach. We have our lifeguard, and you would have amazing entrance into the beach. Also, snorkeling activities are very popular. After the beach, we would recommend some sports, so you can take a kayaking tour from the hotel beach and have your own instructor guiding you around the old town of Dubrovnik, which Alberto mentioned is from the 13th century. So this is giving you another perspective of the old town.
When you how blue this water is, guys.
Yes, it's turquoise, and well, Croatia, it's known to have these colors all over the coastline. After the kayaking trip, I think you would like to have some great Croatian wines, some prosciutto to gain a little bit more energy. Therefore, we would invite you on our prosciutto and wine bar, which is on the rooftop of the hotel. It's the only rooftop in Dubrovnik, overlooking obviously the old town of Dubrovnik and the amazing sunsets which you were already mentioning. So this is just a short glimpse about Villa Dubrovnik, and as I said, I would like to have you here soon with us to experience Villa Dubrovnik in real time.
We cannot wait. Thank you so much, Ivan. Maddie, do we have a question for him?
Yes. Do you have a swimmable beach? Is access easy? And are there other swimmable beaches in Dubrovnik?
Of course. You had the chance to see the beach. The beach itself is swimmable, so there are 3 stairs which are guiding you into the sea. And besides swimming, you can also snorkel around. And there are a couple of public beaches adjacent as well, one being Pebblestone Beach, again, all with amazing views to the old town of Dubrovnik, and the island of Lokrum, which is in front of the property.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Ivan. Alberto, where are we now going?
Well, let me try to win Linda's heart again, and I would like to show you what I would arrange for her tonight, like a sailing cruise at sunset around the city wall. And Linda, I have set up a private table for you and me on the city wall. So you cannot.
This is a proposal, Linda.
You crazy man.
But it's all because of you. You were a great travel buddy. I cannot help it. But now to Montenegro. But before we reach Montenegro, which is only 1 hour drive from Villa Dubrovnik, I want you to stop for lunch at the Konavle area, so we can experience a genuine cooking class with some local families here that will keep your day up, and it will be a very jovial exchange of information. They have gardens that have basically everything. You don't need any Walmart, any grocery store. You have everything here. But absolutely great of course, we go to Montenegro to stop in the Konavle area. It's really a land of goods and great cooking class experiences. Of course, now Montenegro. This is a tiny country, and it is the best kept secret of Europe.
Yes.
It is really a jewel of untouched nature, and also it is the new playground for the riches. I've never seen so many yachts all gathering around like you see in Montenegro. Of course, there are many wonders in Montenegro and many ways to reach these wonders. But of course, above all is the stunning Boca Bay. And Milo works in a place that I really envy him. He is the emperor of the Boca Bay. One and only, this new, amazing, the finest, I would say, resort in the Mediterranean stands right at the entrance of the Boca Bay. So I would ask, please, Madison, take us there.
Yes, please. Ah, what a beautiful.
Isn't
Hi,
it nice?
Milo.
Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you? I just wanted to say that I participated in production of this video and I saw it like several thousand times. And every time I see it, I get goosebumps. And I have no idea, is that normal or not? But it just,
It is, because I got some
adore.
too.
Okay, then everything is okay. I thought something's wrong with me then. Anyhow, thank you very much for having one and only Porto Novi among this fabulous company of amazing resorts. I've personally been to Villa Dubrovnik and I can just confirm everything that Ivan said. I haven't been to Meneghetti, but Sandra, I hope that the invitation is going to follow after this podcast. And anyhow, as a cherry on the top, we are going to put your love at top in one and only. And what's the best way to celebrate romance than in a resort that's called One and Only? So we are expecting you to come with your one and only and discover the wonders of Montenegro. As Alberto said, Montenegro is extremely small country yet diverse, and we like to say that you should think of it as a fruit. The smaller it is, the better it tastes. So that's the philosophy we are being driven and guided by when promoting destination. Montenegro is really a hidden gem and really the best kept secret of Europe. It's the new Riviera, and one and only Porto Novi during the summer season. It's a nautical playground that during the autumn and winter season, when we have slightly colder months, becomes a winter palace for your utmost enjoyment. Obviously, it's located in the Boca Bay, and it's important to mention that it is UNESCO's heritage site, UNESCO's protected area. So you can just imagine what kind of fantasies you will be able to explore and to see while visiting one and only Porto Novi and Montenegro in general. Here on this picture on the left, you can see how the resort looks like. In terms of the design, it was meant to be a contemporary take on Venetian Palace, as it is inspired by the Venetian palaces that are all over and around the Boca Bay. You can see a beautiful sandy beach in front of the resort. Even mentioned that in the Adriatic area, you don't quite often see sandy beaches, but only rocks and pebbles. So yet we created a golden sandy beach, and not just one, but 11. because the big one that you see in front of the resort is a beach that everybody who is sleeping with us can go to and enjoy. And the fact is that we have additional 10 signature villas, and each and every of them has their own private beach, and all those beaches are sandy as well. So that's really a unique point if you want to explore one and only Porto Novo in Montenegro. Speaking about those villas, we have in total 12 of those, and those are kind of luxury bubbles, which in post-COVID world turned to be an amazing escape for, the individuals who want a luxury experience and still want to travel. And yeah, those villas were really, really great 3 and 4 bedroom villas. In total, we have 123 accommodation units. And on the right-hand side of the slide, you can see how one of our rooms look like. So you can see the stunning design. Everything is made of kind of luxury materials. And you can see on the bottom right picture, this is one of our bathrooms. The interesting fact is that in one and only Porto Novo, bathrooms are the same sizes as the room. So we don't call it a bathroom. We call it a room with a possibility to bath, because it's actually a room. You see this daybed over here. When you remove those cushions, it becomes a bathtub. So everything is kind of multifunctional. You can see the fireplace as well in the room. So each and every room has a fireplace, which is kind of a Montenegrin national heritage that we implemented in the design. However, it's also a romantic fact, because, some bubbles around the fire can do you only good. We can go to the next slide, where I will present you shortly our spa offering, which is really something that makes distinction between us and other resorts in the Adriatic. So we have partnered with a brand called Chenot, and we have Chenot Spas, which is 4,000 square meters of spa center with 28 treatment rooms, with all of the scientifically tailored and approached treatments that are led by doctors of medicine, physiotherapists, and so on and so on. So we have physiotherapy, phytotherapy with mud, we have hydrotherapy, we have even the cryo chamber where you're entering on minus 130 degrees Celsius, and you can stay there for several amount of minutes, which is really good for your organism. Then we have the acupuncture, and we have all of those medical treatments. But beside that, obviously, we have all of the beauty and rejuvenation and relaxation treatments that you can enjoy both as a solo or as a couple. And obviously, we have several programs that are 4, 5, or 6 nights programs for detoxifying and rejuvenating your body. So Chenot Spas is basically something that not just because of one and only you would come to visit us, but because of Chenot Spas as well, because results are amazing. And every time, because the doctor is on the head of Chenot Spas, every time I speak to her, she says that her biggest achievements is when she sees, after, for example, a 5 or 6 days program, guests leave the property not just slimmer, not just healthier, but happier. Because you can, regardless of how happy you are, you can always be happier, and that's what we aim for. We can go to the next slide, where I will tell you a bit about romantic experiences that we offer. So we have partnered with various concierge agencies here in Montenegro, and we have tailored some of the experiences that you can experience only if staying with one and only in Montenegro. One of these experiences are the fabulous old-timers such as Rolls-Royce, Porsche, Mercedes, cars which are really well preserved, and you can have a scenic ride while exploring, Montenegrin coastline and hills as well. And then at the end of the ride, you will go to the top of the hill to the winery called Savina, and you will have a private wine tasting with an amazing view towards the mouth of the bay. So that's one of the experiences that we, for example, suggest. And obviously, we have several others that are also romantic that you will see on the next slide. And those are kind of on-resort experiences. On the left, you can see how our cooking class looks like. Have you ever seen more fabulous cooking class than this one, Florence?
Very, very classy, yeah.
Isn't it? So, for example, if you're into cooking, or if you're not into cooking but you like to eat, you can definitely have a cooking class with one of our executive chefs, and it's really kind of a activity that that bonds you as a couple with your partner. And we have lots of those activities that require connection with two people, and so we strengthen the bond between two of them. So here you can see as well on the right hand side a ride in a private jet that we have here in resort, so you can explore the fabulous Boca Bay and the little islands among the Boca Bay. And obviously, in the picture down below at the right, you can see activities on our private sandy beach. So we offer all kinds of sporty activities and divertissements that you can imagine. So that would be it when explaining one and only Porto Novi and Chenoa Spas in a short frame. But
thank you.
Everything is left.
We have a question for Ivan, Maddie.
Yes, we do. All right, Mila, can you set up a private tour to the Blue Cave and can you swim in it?
Oh, I'm glad that somebody asked that, because I didn't speak about the Blue Cave, which means that somebody out of the participants who are here have been to Montenegro already or explored a bit, which I like. Yes, we can set a private tour to the Blue Cave, and it's swimmable, obviously, and it's just a short boat ride from one and only Porto Novi.
Thank you, Milo, and sorry for calling you Ivan. We are running out of time, so I'm going to bypass on the travel requirements to go to Croatia and Montenegro. Just call us at TravelStore. We'll handle all the paperwork with you. But Alberto, did you have an extra romantic experience in Montenegro you would love to find out?
Look, Florence, me and Milo had a great season, and we have experienced that all clients going there are not checking out anymore. So, the best way to see part of Montenegro could be, an helicopter ride at to end at sunset, to fully explore the major landmarks of this tiny but full of wonders. It's really something that will conclude this romantic experience in the perfect way.
Oh my God, thank you for sharing those beautiful pictures with us. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Milo. I should say Fala and Alberto. Thank you for taking us on this beautiful itinerary. Next month.
I hope I won Linda's heart, at least this time.
You win, Alberto. You have me.
Love you, Linda.
Next month for the podcast, we'll be traveling to 2 countries, hopefully opening really soon, Australia and New Zealand. And before, we'd like to leave you with some beautiful Croatian music. Croatia is very well known for their music.
Znat ćeš sve što treba znati, znat ćeš kako voli